Well, welcome to our first post Ramadan program. We had a wonderful Eid. I guess it was Monday. Some places around the world prayed on Tuesday. But when I was out on Monday night, I looked at the moon, the new moon. The new moon stayed up a long time. It stayed up. The new moon stays up maybe a half hour. You see it, then it's gone. The size of this moon, which we saw it on, which would be the second day, and it was so big that technically, I think in this part of the world, we prayed on the right day because of the size of the moon. Now, I'm trying to think if that was, yes, I saw it Monday night. Now, Monday is when we prayed the Eid and everything, right? And I saw it Monday night, and it looked like it was the second night, and I stayed with it a while. It stayed up a long time. That means it was that whatever happened, I think we prayed on the right night. Although the believers in Iran and other places didn't see it on the night on the maybe it was Sunday night. But that's all right. That they had all their scholars and everybody was looking for it. So it's very possible them and Pakistan and others just didn't see it because it wasn't out there. They asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, well, when we saw it, the moon was pretty big. He said, maybe Allah deferred. In other words, deferred mean that it was born, but it was so thin that you couldn't see it. And it popped up and then it was gone. You notice on the first night sometime, it may stay there. You see it, there it is. Then you look around and it's gone. This one stayed. It stayed a while and it was big. So whether it was deferred or whether it was a second night, which that's when I saw it. And that second night, it was big enough to be almost the third night. It was big. Anyway, we just want to thank everybody. Just a few quick reports. When we went around with the boxes the other day, alhamdulillah, we collected $4,316. So it's okay. We have collected as much as 7 and 8 and, on up there. That's fine. One thing, we're not funny acting people. We appreciate, let me explain. Last week, we were so broke that we was waiting to go to the store. Like, you ain't got no money except a lot of change. So that's where we was. We was down to, see, the system done hit us several times with our bank account. They've been playing with us. They hit us in our bank account. Then they hit us again with where we diversified our money. Then they hit us one more time, this time here. Well, they hit you on and off, but this one was a nice hit, and it was what we had saved up to go pay our taxes in California, technically on the house. And I'm sure $1 zillion are acquired on the property that we own. But it makes no difference. We're going to take them to court, and whatever they've done, it makes absolutely no difference, except on the house that we own and the family house that we own. I consolidated it with all of my relatives, so I own the house. My 2 sons are staying there, and so we'll go out there and take care of that. Technically, it belongs to the Masjid, but it's not in the Masjid's name. And in the future, we'll use all types of techniques that we like to use to diversify whatever we're doing. And number one, we're in a new phase. We are stretching out right now, and it tastes like that we're going for big. Well, we're going for it, and I don't see how it would be any. It's not arrogance, but I don't see how it would go any other way. Then we're going, and this goal setting, that goal setting is a window to the future. And the way we view things right now is that we're developing a world-class organization. Stage one in this whole process right now is getting all of this together. And remember, we said that we're going to raise, with God's help, what did we say? $500,000, $500,000. Okay, that's to remodel the masjid, do whatever we're going to do to all of our properties, and that's the way we're headed. And it looks like that. Now, we're going there before we get our money, like the government. We're going to sue them. We just don't see any way we can't not get that, because they've broken all of their law. They took our money, and I'm the signer on the account, and they took me off the account and put other people that have nothing to do with the account on. It's unbelievable. You ain't never heard of nothing like that. So I'm not even worried about whether we're going to win the case. I am not worried about it at all. It's impossible not to. And if they dare not to give us our money, that's all right. We're already going to, this is a media move. We're going to be big in the media, and we're going to tell, like we wrote all those articles before, right? We're going to over 10-year pause in writing, all for a perfect reason. But psycho-spiritual warfare, we're going to teach people how to fight psycho-spiritual warfare. Incorporated in that is all the stuff that goes along with everybody else. I put it this way: everybody else, the Negroes, everybody else done had their turn. They haven't did anything. They haven't did anything. Okay, so now it's our duty and our responsibility. It's our mission to do what we're getting ready to do. And it don't make no difference. This may sound arrogant, but it don't make no difference what they do. It don't make no difference what defense they throw. It has nothing to do with it at all. Just like the last one, they did all this stuff. It didn't really. The frame of mind we're into right now, post-traumatic growth. We was in that time, but on a different level. Okay, this level, Brother Tufail and I used to talk about it. This level, we feel like we're going all the way. We're going all the way because we used to discuss during his lifetime whether this is the second to the last go round or the last go round before the big We used to discuss it. And this time, the urgency of the situation, it's all real. So we're very happy and very confident. This might sound arrogant, but I don't have any idea of what the government could do to divert. They're going to interfere, or they can interfere, but I don't see anything they could do. Because this was a test. Everything we've been doing, let's say for the last several years, has been boxing with Boss Man just to see what he do, act like he throwing it. And all the stuff that went on everywhere, and it was just all, it was a big test. It had no effect on us at all. That's why when I was in the hospital, busted upside the head, I just said optimism. That's what I meant. That what had happened. They thought, and I'll get back to the subject, they thought that we were similar to one of our big imams. And they were thinking that this Negro was an important Negro, and them important Negroes have a certain mentality, you know. And they thought that's what was happening. It wasn't what was happening at all, but that's just a minute. Scam likely, is that you? Or what's your scam? What kind of scam you got today? I'm having a class, so you got to hurry up now. What scam you got? Run it. Go ahead. What is it? What did you say? What did you say?
So they bought a Kiva. I work with the Mayor Health DC Caritas. I believe we spoke on April 7th, not too long ago.
April 7th? About what?
Yeah. It really isn't good. Before I say anything that's on here, because this is technically information, I will need to verify a date of birth. But if you're busy, I can try calling you a different day.
You could, wait a minute. Now, what are you called? What are you, you're from the health somebody?
Mayor Health DC Caritas.
Oh, you from the DC folks. They got scam likely down here.
Yeah, we keep hearing that, and we're trying to deal with that. But, I mean, I've been telling people that if you're not comfortable sharing anything with me, you can feel free to, on the back of your American Health ID card, when we start there, there's a phone number.
Yeah.
You can call that phone number. Let them know that, in this case, you can tell them I called you. My name's Jose Panakiva, P-A-T-A.
Jose, huh? Just a minute. Jose, what was your last name?
The full name is P-A-T-A.
P-A-P-A.
Q-U.
Q-U?
I-B as in Victor, A.
Let me see. Jose Papaqueo? Quavia? Papaquiva.
Yeah, Patakiva.
What kind of name is that?
Well, I'm from Colombia.
You're from Colombia? You're from Colombia? ¿Qué parte de Colombia?
¿Qué parte de Colombia? Bogotá.
Bogotá, yo conozco Bogotá. Estaba en Bogotá por 2 o 3 años.
Uy, qué rico.
Cerca de Avenida Séptimo. Remember Séptimo? Séptimo. Avenida Séptimo. Yeah.
That's crazy. I think, what's it called? What's my grandpa's office? I think my grandpa's office is around there.
Yeah. What about the place right there on the mountain? What was that? Where we used to go every Sunday. Surratt, Mount Surratt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mount Surratt. Yeah, I used to walk up there every day. Okay, I tell you, Jose Papaqueo. Is that what you say?
Patakiva with the Kiva.
Pataquivo. Okay. Hey, call me back in a couple of hours, or call me back tomorrow the same time. Okay?
I'll give you a call tomorrow. You want it around 5 or 6:30? Which one?
6:30. It's fine.
6:30. Stay tuned, man. Yeah, perfect. I'll give you a call tomorrow around 6:30.
All right. Very good, Jose. Mucho gusto conocerle. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Colombiano. Ciudadano. Friend. Paisano. Like you were saying. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Now. Let's get back to goal setting. Oh yeah, we said that we raised 4,316. Then we had some visitors. I don't know if y'all remember the 3 young guys that came in. They looked like they were half foreign and half Negro. Yeah. I happened to just look in the box on the way out, and there was a stack of 50s in there, and it wound up to be about $3,000. I guess they mama sent it over. Their mama used to write articles about us in that newspaper. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so it's fine, no problem. That could be signals that, because we definitely know who they are. That could be signals that boss man is ready to. But the thing about old dumb boss man, I told him, it has to be some type of agreement. That's why we're doing this other stuff before going to court, because the boss man acting funny. He trying to get our aid and assistance without a clear picture. Like, boss man's a professional liar. Don't worry about that. But at least we have to sit down and say, what are we talking about here? Because boss man try to hint that you want this. Well, I had to tell boss man, there's no sense you coming around talking to me about you having any influence in this. We're going to try to help to make the world a better place, but you don't know nothing. You just done effed up everything. And you can't help but trying to manage people to fit into your program. Your program is the world. The world is effed up all the way. It's a miracle that it's still here, right? It's just a miracle. It's a blessing. It's the rahmah of Allah that the world, boss man gonna have to get the team, that internal team that they discuss things, and we have to get this stuff clear. Number one, you're just not gonna get in the way of anything, you know. Number two, you have no influence over it. You can make a suggestion, but we're probably not going to take it. I'm certain, almost, that we're not going to take your advice because your advice is what got us here. And you're used to manipulating people to do, and you're from the shaitan. I mean, that's what I'm going to tell them. Well, I'm telling them now. They should be listening. That you're a bad boy. That's all I can say. You're bad. You're bad, and you can't suggest good because it's against the people who's telling you stuff. But you got a few good people amongst you. We always thought maybe 10%. Well, see, this is not new. We have said this. Everybody that's listening now have heard this before. We've been preparing for this for 25 years. Just where the world is now, we've been preparing for that for 25 years because we analyzed from back then where the world was heading and what stages it might go in, and it just looked like that we would wind up here, and that's where we are. Okay, so the reason that we're going through our own individual development and raising our own fund. And doing that is because technically uh, we don't want to be bothered with you, and you've been such a bad person. Good God Almighty, how could you be that mean and stupid? I mean, I don't want to call name calling because we want to have a relationship. But I'm just telling you, just like the people of old told the people, your days is up. You done already blew it. Okay. Now, we're trying to help ameliorate or correct that situation. It's not with your hand. It's not, well, anyway, I said it. I don't want to be repetitive. You just not, the best thing you could do is stay out of the way. And if you want to send something by, just package it up and run by and do it like in that movie, Debate, where they wanted to give the guy the bait some money. I don't know if y'all saw that with Jamie. They ought to watch that. That's it'll give you an idea of some of the. It's 20 years old, but you'll see how. Anyway, so they just one guy, a white boy, is running and hiding, and he run up to Jamie Foxx with $6,500. He said, "Hold this," and he just kept running. And so he looked in it and he kept the money, of course. So if y'all want to throw something by, you can drive by the Masjid and see, is he standing there? Yeah. Then you could pitch it all over there and we'll take it. But we're not taking anything like a sign for this or there's some agreement, and we agree. We don't agree on nothing. So if you want to help, you could drive by and you see me standing there, you know, you could pitch it over and that's it. Okay. But anyway, goal setting is like a window to the future. And we have a clear picture of where we want to go and how we fit in the world's picture. You see what I mean? Like now we have a clear picture. We have had a reasonable picture, but now it's clear. You know where you can have a picture of something, you can tell who it is, but it's a little hazy. Okay, now it's in focus, perfect focus. There's no haze, nothing. Clear focus. You know where you turn the thing in. Okay, so we know basically where we want to go, and we got reasonable ideas of how we're going to get there. This is where goal setting come in. Goal setting is kind of like design the future. And if you want to be a world-class organization, if we want to solve the problems that exist in the world today from an Islamic perspective, we have to be very important, very structured, very organized, and be managing huge resources. Not what we've been doing. This is nice. We don't have no complaints, but this is our training. This is all our training. Everything we've been going through over the years for the last 50, 60 years, at least 60, have been training for this. Okay. So, they always talk about history, and now we're going to tell not his story, but our story. Yeah, that's what, this is a serious time. And it don't make no difference how everybody else feel about it. We know how we feel about it. And that's the level that we're going in on, inshallah. The Salatul Jumas would be a little bit different. They'll be about an hour long. We want to give the proper opening and what have you. And when we come up for the second time, it's going to be structured planning and organization type stuff. And it'll be to the point. believe it or not, we're going to try not to do any rambling and stuff like that. Minimum, rambling. No, no, no. We're going to be very focused. So goal setting, where do we want to go? Right now, a world-class organization. In the meantime, we'll do things along the way. For instance, this is, I guess this is Memorial Day weekend. That's the 28th to the 30th over in Baltimore. So what we'll do, inshallah, is we'll prepare food for their program. And we'll be outside, We won't be outside with a speaker like before. This will be more like the one we did down at the convention center, except we might be able to do the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. On the 30th, that we would have a breakfast type menu. Waffles, hot cakes, Negroish type eggs, maybe a meat. Maybe one of them will get the brother to hook up some cello kebab. I'll tell you what it'll be. We'll put those, some chicken together. You know those chicken balls? Now the other chicken sausages. We got enough of that for that. And that'll be for Sunday. Now if we go back to Saturday and maybe Friday, we'll prepare the food, of course, like we always do, several days ahead of time. And we'll prepare enough for 2 days, and then the third day would be that Sunday, assuming it would be that Sunday, and we would have a breakfast type with the waffles and all of that stuff. Yeah. We'll probably prepare all of that ahead of time. But we'll be out there. We won't have no boxes. We won't have no nothing. We might pass out a few flyers. We're going to make 2 flyers. One flyer and DVD will go along with this, and it'll talk about us, and it'll talk about the Eid al-Adha coming up and what we want people to do. But there will be no boxes for raising funds. Okay? And the same thing on the second day. We'll try to have a good standard thing: chicken, rice, salad, mac and cheese, and mixed vegetables. That's what we'll have. You know, the mixed vegetables with this Pakistani taste in it. Yeah, we'll do those. So that'll be what we. So this is going to be at least half Pakistani. So they can now Arabs can stand Pakistani food too. So it's not Iranians. Iranians can, yeah.
It's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's no Friday. It's the 28th. You said the 28th.
This said, okay, it's Saturday.
If it says the 28th, that's a Saturday. So it's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 28th to the 30th.
Okay, so fine. Then we'll take it easy Friday night. We won't have to zip over there. So Saturday, that'll give us all day to prepare and heat it up and then take it over. We'll have to get a van by then or a station wagon. Okay. Okay, so the 28th is Saturday.
Yes.
Perfect. And Sunday. And Monday is the Memorial Day, the 30th.
It's Memorial Day, right? That's right.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
And usually they don't have Friday. Remember, because we went there before and nobody was there.
Nobody was there. Okay. Perfecto. Perfecto. So we'll get a chance to relax a little bit. And this is all feasibility, it's not for funds or we're going to look like we're needy and all of that. We're not. This is to, well, Baltimore is not our city, but they're coming in our region, so we want to welcome them. So we'll have plenty of food for them. And so we'll have those dinners or lunches. This food is so, if they get enough at midday, it'll hold them all, you know. Now, I don't anticipate any trouble because they, you know, you set up there and then da, 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 da. If it is, we'll set up on the corner. We'll do whatever it takes, you know. All right. So, this is not a fundraiser. This is a service to the people coming, you know, that we want to welcome you aboard, and that's a welcome. Well, who knows? Masjid al-Islam, welcome, you know, marhabas, whatever they call it, you know, all that stuff, yeah. Yeah, so that'll be Saturday and Sunday. And Monday, we'll have a brunch type thing. We said, yeah, that's perfect, that's perfect. And we'll try to make it extra special, although it's, I don't know. How's the food during Ramadan?
Like, you couldn't tell that, we were kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel there. You couldn't tell.
Right.
Yeah, you couldn't tell. The quality did not drop at all.
Oh no. We could have added extra, you know, like well anyway, the people don't understand, you know, when Allah or the angel that asking the prophet, you want to be a servant, messenger, or you want to be a king, you know, like Dawood and Suleiman, they were, yeah. He said, I want to be a servant. And that's the way the people don't know that they judge people by how they are. I wouldn't give no nigga nothing. No nigga ain't this. And they're not technically wrong. I mean, because if you add up, but to help people is, or to do something is the best for you. I don't know what's wrong with it and how it's happening, but I believe it because it's true. To help people for nothing is the, hey, people ought to try it. Nobody's going to really try it because it don't add up. But that's why nobody's happy. That's why people are not happy. The best looking, since I started getting that, I said I was not going to veer off, but I just mentioned a couple of things. You know, since that, what's that magazine, People, it's got all the Hollywood people in there, right? And it's, I guess somebody was taking it over there, and I get it. So, long as it comes. And those people are the most unhappiest people in the world. You got to work to be that unhappy. I mean, like constantly, and they get married and remarried, and their kids is crazy, and everything. I said, man, how could y'all be doing that? And you look better than anybody. You all look wonderful. So what's the problem? And those places you're living don't look too bad. So what's the problem? That's the problem. I know it's real because that's the same way I was. The richer I got living like that, the worse life got. So I know that's why I know they can't fool me with, see, the standard Negro never gets lucky enough to get super rich. So he don't believe it. It don't look like, right? It's like people looking in the hell and saying, I ain't going there, but it's all full of them because, you know what I mean? Oh, paradise, what is surrounded by, ain't nobody going there. But then that's the thing, the stuff that we're doing, the fitna from the government, all of the dumb stuff. I believe we're happier than all of the Muslims put together. None of them, and I didn't sign up to be happy, but I'm technically happy. You could see it, you could feel it, that's really, not that I have to stay that way, just to get a little glimpse, you know, boss man can do some, but boss man is not in control. He can be stupid. The dumber the stuff he do, which he still does all the time, the more laughable it is. It's ridiculous. Boss man, you can't do nothing better than that. So anyway, we will look out for our people, and on our next Tuesday meeting, I'll outline about the flyers, the DVDs. We're going to do two announcement type flyers and 2 DVDs at different times. The first one, coming up within the next couple of weeks. Then the next one would be like, I got a general plan. After this right here, after the 30th, which is basically a month from now. So in a month from now, I plan to go to Oakland. And I plan to crank this same thing up here for there. I'll put it this way. We're making a big push for Eid al-Adha. Big push for Eid al-Adha. Like we'll be talking from time to time. And we'll be writing. The flyers will explain Eid al-Adha, the Eid of sacrifice, but it's not mainly traditional sadaqah, zakah, and all that. But we want y'all to make a special da-da-da-da-da, and we're going to pepper them with it. So when they see us, they'll know what they're doing. It's like, it was kind of reasonable, like enough of the people recognized us where I went to. Enough of them recognized it, And we have been on the scene for over 10 years. Those demonstrations and all that, actually it wasn't 10 years ago. It was 15 years ago, right? So the people haven't been seeing us on a regular basis on the footing that we stand on, right, for 15 years. But enough of the people was picking up on it basically on what we was passing out. But we're going to inform the people of what we're trying to do here. And we're going to do it in a complimentary way, not a way where the people will cussing out everybody. And no. We're going to use a little hikmah. So that's coming up. So we got 2 DVDs coming and 2 flyers coming. A flyer and a DVD package, and then before I leave for California, we'll do the second flyer and second DVD. In California, we'll do all the stuff we got to do here for there. We'll do the DVDs and the flyers for here, and we'll do a DVD and a flyer for out there, because we'll be out there a certain amount of time, and probably it'll be arranged where y'all will go out here, and we'll go out there. Yeah, why not? But see, that month that we go out there, we usually take boxes. We're not taking boxes. We're going out with information. And every program they have, we're going to be there. We're going to be on the spot. Okay. So, remember, we have to raise, or we want to raise $500,000. So we just started with 8. That's fine. That's enough. But that lets you know where you're headed. See, like a lot of people, they would be despondent. Well, you need more than that, but just for taxes, how are you going to build? No, 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 no. That's a sign that everything is fine. Can't miss. Can't miss. Okay. Anyway, let's see. We used to talk, does anybody remember we used to talk about serialization of, well, that's what we're going to be into right now. Now we're going to do the serialization. All the stuff we was doing from yesterday on back have all been preparation for this. It's all been not experimental, but it's been, it's been good. Also writing certain articles. We got the right environment. We're going to write certain articles. And inshallah, there'll be an improvement. In other words, this is a great period. We have to remember goal setting. That means that we set our own goals. We have a window to the future. That means we have a look. Our goals determine where we want to go. Right? That's where you want to go. Right? And basically included in that is how you're going to get there. What it's going to take to get to where we want to go. Yeah, sure. And remember, as funny as this may sound, just think about where we are right now. That's not true. Look, we've been battling with the biggest monster in the world, plus the Zionists, all this time. We're not ducking behind no buildings. We got a grin on our face that you could see. The grin comes from the inside, not from the outside in. It's not makeup like painting on a face. If you wasn't feeling like that, you couldn't bring that, you know what I mean? So anybody else would look around, they say, oh, the big beautiful Masjid, what about that, what about that, what about that? Those things were arranged for us by Allah. And everybody else thought, oh, that's going to be a place to live, that's going to be a place to live, and that's what we're telling everybody, but it was for the Strategic Command Center. That's what it's for all the time. Yeah, that's what it's there for. We never used any of this stuff hardly for nothing. And the people that lived in the places cost us more money than it, yeah, I'm telling you anyway. But, all right. Serialization. This is serialization. Try to imagine what we was doing before and on a higher level, that we're in a new atmosphere, new environment. This is a stratosphere type thing. That means we will be above and beyond anybody that you see on TV or you hear. That's what we have. That's where we're headed. Technically, we're there now, and we always have been. During the black movement and all that, and the Islamic movement, we've always been way out in front of everybody else. Like for the last 40 years, we've been out in front of everybody. Just because they don't See, the dummies think that it's who they talk about. They don't have nothing to do with nothing. The Negroes grabbing the microphone and wanting to be seen. The dumbest thing I've ever seen. Right? It don't mean nothing. If we paid attention to that, you would think Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and all them, and old dumb talking, the lawyer, was the head of black people, right? That's insanity. So, see, you got to remember, Allah hooked us up long time ago. That's why the ayat where Allah is saying to Musa, didn't I have you covered? I had you covered way back then. You know, when you got thrown in the water and they picked you up and I gave you back to your mama and all of that stuff, right? Hey, man, I've been had you covered all the time, and here you are now for my special service. That's the way I take it. This is a special service. It's to rescue the world. The world can't rescue itself. Boss man is not going to stop. The man is insane. Anybody that the world was this bad, he said, okay, we have produced enough. We're not going to produce anything else. Okay, everybody take your car and park it. And what we want everybody to do is just, if you can walk to the grocery store. Just, if you got to have a buggy, just take one from the grocery store and we'll take all locks off, where you can't push it. And you can push it and we'll have a big truck go by and pick up all the baskets every day, right? And take them back to any grocery store because it won't make a difference. So it would be simple. The people would get out of their house and walk. See, it's the lifestyle. When I was a kid, even when some of y'all was kids, everybody played. You didn't have fat kids hardly, maybe one or two, right? And if a nigga wanted to ride, he'd get some planks or boards or what have you, put a little seat on it, knock a nail in the center one, put a rope on each side, and right? And all the kids would push us behind, and he pushed them. And they'd come inside, eat, and tired, and go to sleep. Right? And no fat kids hardly. It was always one fat kid, but it was one or two maximum, right? It's a lifestyle. So we changed the lifestyle. Park your cars. Stop getting in the car to go right there. Right? Why not walk? Everybody will be healthy, right? Because the best exercise you can do is walking, running, swimming, and right? So all you got to do is walk where you're going to go instead of... Anyway, but the man is too dumb and is too weak and stupid. He got to sell cars so he won't stop making them. They're everywhere. You can't get them out of the... You can't get rid of them, right? Why don't they... Hey, we're setting down the car industry 4 or 5, maybe 10 years. And we'll just, anything need fix, we'll just fix it perfectly. And we're on a walking program. You ever notice when you walk down your neighborhood, everything you see? All the stuff. When you drive, you don't see nothing. When you walk, you see, oh, I didn't even know that was that. Oh, I didn't. And you done went down there for the last 15 years and you just didn't. You did. But when you walk, right? So, all it is, the solutions to Americans' problems is simple. But the greed won't stop like the monkey with that thing, and you put your hand in the thing, and he could pull it out if he just let go, right? If he let go of the banana. But the monkey is a monkey, or baboon, whatever they call him. And I do agree that our people have turned baboonish and monkeyish. That's why they used to say, boy, stop acting like a monkey. That's what they used to say to us. I don't know what they said. Okay. The world will laugh with the Negro. The new culture that pulled people away from laughing at us. But we want to change it so they laugh with us against the people. We're going to make fun of the people. That's stupid. And then we tell them how stupid it is. Just like what we said, it's stupid, right? We're not going to cuss out all the white folks. Bezos and them, y'all just went on a moon ride, right? It cost you $1 zillion. You're trying to get out there and get whatever they got out there. And things are like it is here. You're stupid. And when people look, they are stupid. They're actually stupid. We're homeless. I mean, California homeless, not D.C. homeless. Oh my goodness, I hate to. And we got the Zionist number. You got a sore, we'll pick at it a little while, and guess what? Everybody is starting to see who's who. So all we do now, this is our time, is we point at the Zionists and everybody in Africa, everybody in Asia, everybody in the Middle East. Oh, they can do that and it's all right. They could kill, murder, and explode, right? Nobody else in the world can do that and get away with it but the Zionists. So good. Okay. Attention grabbing time. That's where we're headed. Let's see. It's not the owl hoot trail. This is the possum trail. Anybody ever been possum hunting? Possum. Possum. Now they got the young possums the old possums go way up in the tree. The young possum hangs down low, hanging on his tail. You just go by with a bat and bust him upside the head. That's how you go possum. You take a gun if you go on, the big possum, he's way up there. We used to go possum hunting in the country. I was young, but I wouldn't even eat them things. Nah, those are pretty mean-looking little old jokers. I guess they're allowed, I wouldn't eat. Well, I don't eat no meat. So anyway, Imam Musa Possum Trail Events. An American Negro is with Islamic historical flavor. We're going to bring in all the historical Bruh Bear, Bruh Fox, and all of that. Yes, why not? There's only one person, there's only one person that was see, Imam Jamil, we're similar age. He's a year or two older than me. And he's from Louisiana. So I told him a little bit about my approach. He said, oh, Bruh Rabbit and Bruh Bear. I said, yep. Nobody else he picked it up right away because it seems like stupid, right? If you tell it to anybody else, you say, yeah, it's Bruh Rabbit and Bruh Bear. Bruh Bear is simply, Bruh Rabbit, please don't throw me in that briar patch. That's what he's telling the big old bear. Boss man, please don't throw me right in the middle of all of this fitna that's going on in the world. Don't do that. That's right where I'm going to throw your black behind. That's what he do. And he throws a rabbit in the briar patch, berry bushes and all that. And that's where he lived. It wasn't but one person out of everybody picked it up. So we got to hurry up and get him out of the penitentiary in a hurry, if we can. So we done got a little bit older, but we done outsmarted, outplayed, and outstayed boss man. This is longevity, and I'm telling you, we done already pulled that. We done pulled that off already. That's already happened. Everybody done seen it. They just now we're explaining to them what you've been looking at. We have done that, but now it's more detailed, and I believe we're going to pull it off. And we'll have to be the central characters because nobody else, they're not even thinking about it. They're going to waste their time trying to kill the Zionists. Try to kill them. They got everybody's phone number. What's this new stuff they got? They gave everybody, and they got all of what they got, and they got, anyway, it's just ridiculous. But they done trapped themselves. I got here, but I don't have time to expand it. Counter Charlie Chanism. Anybody remember Charlie Chan? No, Charlie Chan. Played Chinaman, always #1 son. Charlie Chan is a detective. Yeah, big detective. To me, it was always a comedy. But don't worry, all of those characters, Charlie Chanism, we're going to mix that in. What happened was, Deng Xiaoping pulled that off on the other play. He played, except he played the Chinese laundryman role. And China slipped up on this peck of wood, and he's so mad, he's boiling at the mouth. Because everybody that wins like we win will want to become a democratic republic. They said, no, we're going to do this with Chinese characteristics. And America blew it. Tell the truth, boy, look at here. They've been mad ever since. And the Chinamen just told them, no, if you want to build cars here, you have to, a transfer of technology too. You have to bring the technology. Oh, you want to bring that bossy? Oh, good. You just bring all the stuff with it, boss. And the greedy, like capitalists, like Marx said, the capitalist will sell you a rope to hang himself with. If you're getting ready to hang a capitalist, he'll look at it. You're gonna ready to hang me with that cheap rope? That rope slips and do all the stuff. Hold it. Would you get him a #1 grade A rope? This is the capitalist, right? Yeah. I want to be hung at professional knots, professional everything. I want a quick break neck, choke, finish. I don't want to be up here kicking all day, right? I want a good rope. I want the rope to break. This rope, guaranteed, is a high quality, long lasting rope. You can hang people with this rope underwater, right? That's boss. He'll sell it to you, right? Okay, that's what Marx was right. He was correct. He will sell you the rope, and that's what he did with the Chinese. Yeah. He handed him all the technology. 40 years ago, China was living in the Stone Age, right? There's no miracle like that in history. And now he's out in front of Boss Man. Boss Man tired, everything wrong with Boss Man. Boss Man got every disease, all the psychological diseases. You look at China and you look at America. This is unbelievable what we got here. Okay. Greatest weapon against hate is love, and the greatest weapon against darkness is light. And in our epic adventures of story retelling, the Negro always wins. And if you want adventure, if you want excitement, if you want drama, join the Negro. Well, you will get excitement. Join us. You be the excitedest Negro in the world. You join us. Tell the truth. Drama, you won't be missing no drama, no excitement. Hey, man, look, right? So we're not lying. You want drama? Come on over here. We got all the drama you want. You can't stand the amount of drama we got over here. So we're telling.
About how China did do something that you've been doing for a while, probably before. China published this book by two generals back in 1999 called Unrestricted Warfare. And it's just coming popularized now. But what it is that it's a textbook instruction manual for how China was going to deal with America. The whole laundryman, using lawfare, corporate espionage, the whole
Right.
down the American empire.
Right.
And it was always it reminded me of what you do, openly saying what you're gonna do, but boss man can't quite interpret it and stuff, the steps, and then years later it comes like, yeah, this is what we just did.
What was the name of that book now?
Unrestricted Warfare. And it's just recently getting popularized in alternative media because they translate it. It's really hard to read. It's a hard read, and that was why Americans just didn't read it because it don't make sense.
Unrestricted Warfare.
Yeah, Unrestricted Warfare is the name of the book. And I stumbled upon an article where a guy was talking about how it was the playbook the Chinese used, and they published it in 1999, and they actually ran down a lot of the stuff that happened to America post then that started its downfall, starting with what happened in 9/11, saying that America would never recover from something.
Because they did it, and they did it to themselves. Everything they did it to themselves. That's why they can't.
So basically they did, like you said, when you came here, who was the biggest bookseller?
Right.
And I'm going to catch them. So basically they looked at America. We're going to study America. And all
Of course.
this made,
No.
how they counter them.
They wrote a book on it. They published it.
No, all of my old lectures way back in the 80s, you seen 81, back in the 70s, because we were studying Chairman Mao a lot, and the Long March and all those things. Those were our favorite longevity and protracted struggle. All of that comes from him and other people with wisdom. But you got to remember, whatever the Chinese just said last year or 5 or 10 years ago, they probably said it 3,000 years ago already. They're in a repeat. You got to remember, if they was the biggest people in the world for the thousands of years, because you always hear about the Egyptian Empire. But the Egyptian Empire, 3000 BC, 2000, the Chinaman was right there. And they had it going on better. Can you imagine? The Egyptians wanted to conquer everybody, and the Chinamen say, hey man, we don't want to mess with them. Them bums out there, right? Can you imagine that they built, we don't, and there's only one strong power in the world that has never invaded anyone. China. They never invaded anyone. Anyway, so I'm gonna shoot. I can't wait to go back and Unrestricted Warfare.
Yeah, it blew my mind kind of hearing that the Chinese would do this. Two generals wrote it, they published it, and the Americans just could never comprehend it.
No, I can't wait to get back. So if I pull it up, I'm gonna get some outlines of what they.
It's outlines, a lot of articles. It's just now kind of getting popularized. Maybe within the last 6 months. Too late. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah. See, and you got to remember, if you blind, when you big, and you selling wolf, you talking out the side, you can't see nothing. And you be stepping on people and slapping them down, and you don't remember. Just like when you're the big bully in the school and and all of a sudden everybody else grows up and maybe you didn't turn no wino or something like that. Or maybe you're just a standard guy and you wondering, yeah, man. And this little guy, you took his marbles. I don't guess they play marbles anymore. You knock him, slap him around. He don't never forget that. You forget it. Did I ever do anything to you? No, you just busted upside the head, took all my lunch money and stuff. And that type of thing. That's the way boss man is. Ukraine, they're doing this in Ukraine. He done forgot all about Iraq. He done invaded and killed people in the zillions. Yeah. Twice. Libya, everybody. Vietnam, hey man, alhamdulillah, that, well, we thank Allah for being where we are, who we are, and where we're trying to go. And we'd like for everybody to make it. So if there's no more questions and there's no more comments, أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم.